So I completely forgot to add this in the video. I recorded it, I had it edited, I was ready to go. I forgot to add it. So I uploaded the video without the Texas-Kentucky game. I like this bet. That's why I wanted to get it up. So here's Texas-Kentucky. It was supposed to be a part of the other video.
Longhorns are in Lexington. Look, that was a great win last week. I had 2 units on Texas money line. I also had 1 unit on Oklahoma plus 3.5 to be fair. But I had 2 units on Texas money line. Was a fun game to watch. Not the prettiest offensive game, but it was a fun game to watch. The broadcast was fun. Good for Texas. Great week for Texas. But are we serious with this line? We're now laying 2 touchdowns on the road. What? Are we just forgetting the first chunk of the season here? Are we forgetting how Arch Manning looked in his first 2 road games? And yes, I'm aware that going to Lexington is not quite the same as going to Columbus or Gainesville. I'm aware that this Kentucky team hasn't looked very good this year, but are we just throwing out all the concerns we had with Texas offense up to this point? We're just throwing out that they're 88th in success rate and 91st in PPA per play offensively so far this year. By the way, they're missing 2 starters on the offensive line for this one. Their center, Cole Hudson, not going to play. Their starting left guard, I didn't write down his name. He's also not going to play. So in addition to the concerns of going on the road here for another tough road game in terms of opposing defenses, you're missing 2 starters on the offensive line. And look, there were some positives to take away from the Texas offense in that Oklahoma game for sure. We saw Trey Wisner looking pretty healthy, making some runs, which is huge. That's their star running back if you don't know who that is. So he's been banged up. So Texas seeing him out there looking pretty healthy, making some runs, definitely a good sign. You're excited if you're a Texas fan. But the thing with this Kentucky team is the defensive front has actually played all right. I mean, you look at their numbers from their SEC games, they're allowing just 4.26 yards per carry, 41.3% success rate per rush. Those aren't that bad, their numbers against the run. That's against Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Georgia, their 3 SEC games. Where Kentucky has struggled is against the pass. In those same 3 SEC games, they're allowing 9.93 yards per pass, then 50.6% success rate per dropback. That's where Kentucky has struggled in these SEC games. You trust Arch Manning to exploit that based on what we've seen? You trust Arch Manning to go on the road after what we saw him look like in his first 2 road starts? I know Kentucky is not Ohio State and Kentucky is not Florida, but you know what? This Kentucky team, we forget, they've been playing most of the season missing their star corner, DJ Waller Jr. He's back for this game. DJ Waller Jr. back on the field. That's their main corner there. He hasn't played since week 1 against Toledo. So huge piece coming back on the defensive side for Kentucky. They're also getting cornerback Jaden Smith back. That's their CB4. He's been out multiple weeks. So Kentucky's been playing without 2 of their top 4 corners. Everyone's back. That secondary's healthy. I don't trust Arch Manning to go in here and piece up this Kentucky defense in Lexington. Keep in mind, Kentucky's coming off a bye week too. Texas is coming off their Super Bowl. I wouldn't be surprised if Texas struggles to move the ball like we saw in the struggle to move the ball in Florida and Ohio State. I think Kentucky's going to be ready for this one. Now, on the other side of the ball, I get it. I mean, it's Kentucky's offense against Texas defense. It's tough to make a case for Kentucky's offense. I think Bo Allen is going to get the starter quarterback instead of Cutter Boley. I don't really know if it matters who's playing quarterback. I don't think Kentucky has a viable quarterback. And Texas defense looked excellent last week at Oklahoma. So this is a mismatch, definitely, on this side of the ball. But look, like I said, this Kentucky offense is coming off a bye week, and when we're talking about Kentucky's offense, we have to keep in mind that they looked a lot different earlier in the season, and not that they looked good, but I mean, remember, the last 2 times we saw Kentucky's defense, they were at Georgia and at South Carolina. 2 tough road SEC games, and the offense looked terrible. But in their first 3 games when they were at home, they're averaging 31.7 points per game, 45.5% success rate, over 5.7 yards per play. So their offensive numbers are actually good at home. And look, Toledo, Ole Miss, well, actually Ole Miss is respectable. The defense, not so much. But Eastern Michigan, they played much easier opponents. But the point I'm trying to make is we haven't seen Kentucky play a home game in like a month. So we're basing our opinion on Kentucky's offense based on the last 2 times we saw them, which were tough road SEC games. I wouldn't be surprised coming off the bye week if Stoops has something up his sleeve. I wouldn't be surprised to see Kentucky get the ball in the end zone a time or 2, maybe a trick play. I'm on Kentucky at plus 13.5. I think this one's close. Honestly, I think Texas is going to struggle to move the ball. So, yeah, I'm on Kentucky in this one.